Welcome to Deep Dive. I'm your host, Kevin Benedict, and I'm so excited to introduce you to my guest today, Gretchen Eischen.
That's right.
Gretchen, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, Kevin. I'm delighted to talk with you.
We are here in Austin, Texas, reporting live from SAP Ariba Live
That's right.
2019. The floor is hopping. The main stage presentation this morning was wonderful. You have a lot of responsibility here, don't you?
I do. I have a small amount of responsibility here at Ariba Live. That's true.
Yes. So Gretchen, talk to us about your schedule.
I'd love to. So if you can let me know what my schedule is, just joking. Actually, it's been an amazing couple of days here prepping for SAP Ariba Live. As you know, this morning we kicked off with our main stage presentations, and we've got all of our breakout sessions happening now. My schedule primarily is spent in the dark room of the keynote theater, getting all of our speakers prepared. So we've been spending a few days now really making sure that all of our messaging is coming across crisp and clean, and that our speakers are prepared, excited, and ready to go.
Now, that's a challenge in itself, isn't it? You have all the different personalities, all the different comfort levels.
Yeah.
Some will read it, some of them, like, they never look at the screen.
For sure.
So what do you actually get to do?
Well, I get to guess a lot what's going to happen next, which is so much fun, keeps me on my toes. But truly, what we try to do is make sure, of course, that all of our presenters are just connecting to the message that they want to say. And we have just such incredible executives and presenters. We had Tamara McCleary this morning and Kathy Hinton talking about disruption and the power of disruption in innovation in supply chain, which was so exciting to learn about. We also had, some other of our executives. Norbert, oh, just an incredible speaker. Norbert from Las Vegas Sands, who is the CPO and Chief Sustainability Officer there, who took some time to just tell us about literally everything that Las Vegas Sands purchases, because 95% of their total spend goes through our Ariba network. So that's
so
everything.
Powerful. I know that was the best kind of customer recommendation.
Sure.
When they just say how 95% of everything goes through SAP Ariba. Powerful. So talk to us also about your area of responsibility here.
Sure.
Yeah.
Certainly. So in my role as Vice President of Corporate Marketing for SAP Ariba, I am responsible really for all of the different ways that we are showing up as a brand. So whether that is through our advertising, whether that's through our campaigns, whether that's through the imagery and the tone that we're using to express our corporate marketing. If you look around the Ariba marketplace today and see some of those beautiful new images that we have, really fresh faces and the digital wave line. My team is responsible for bringing that all together. I'm also responsible for our digital presence. So all of our websites globally, paid media, social media, all of the different ways really that we're showing up, including our campaigns.
So what are the key messages here at SAP Ariba Live 2019 that you guys are really wanting to get out there in the marketplace?
Absolutely. So, a lot of what we are talking about this week is concentrated on the outcomes that our customers are driving in leveraging our solutions. We're talking about the ways that our customers are really leading with impact. So, like Norbert illustrated earlier today, really taking a proactive approach to ensuring that he was aligning from leadership down to the end users in his organization that are purchasing on a daily basis. How can he really rally his organization around the impact that, from a cost savings perspective, a process efficiency perspective, an opportunity to really anticipate the needs of his company and ensure that they never have any downtime in the delivery of service to their customers. I think that's a really beautiful example that he shared with us of how he's leading with impact. We also talked quite a lot today about disruption and the way that disruption can lead to brand new innovations.
Yeah, because SAP Ariba, people don't always look at spend and procurement as the area that can actually disrupt.
Sure.
So fill us in, tell us how it can.
I think it absolutely can. I think when you think about the power of procurement, it truly is the point of impact in an organization. It's where the decisions become actionable. action. And it's if you think about the fact that organizations who have millions of dollars of spend at their disposal, right? They have to purchase all of the things, of course, that their organization needs to run on a daily basis, whether that's to manufacture the goods or produce the services that their organizations are going to provide to their customers, whether it's the internal things that they need, like paper towels and desks and lighting, right? All of that spend has an incredible opportunity for impact. And one of the key messages that we've been talking about a lot this week is that, when you think about the power of procurement and you think about the fact that, the folks who are making those purchasing decisions have the opportunity to decide who gets awarded that spend.
Yes.
How are they going to make a decision on not only what it is that they're going to purchase, but from whom? And how can we make sure that it is leading to responsible and sustainable and ethical decisions?
If you have 5 vendors you can choose from and you're saying, look, I want eco-friendly.
Yep.
I want somebody that's really interested in the humanitarian issues.
Absolutely.
Is there equality based behind it? Are there anti-slavery practices implemented?
Absolutely.
All those kinds of things. You can set those as requirements. And I'm going to look for the best vendors who give me the best results in those areas.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we can spend our money there.
And what an incredible amount of not only power does that deliver, because you get to decide which of these vendors is going to align best to the values that I and my company hold. But it's also a tremendous responsibility, right? $3 trillion transacted by our community on our network represents more than 10% of global trade. That's an incredible chance for all of the 3.8 million companies that are doing business on our network today to have to make a difference, right? To have impact.
Absolutely, because in many cases, the biggest vendors that might adopt those principles can influence thousands of suppliers.
That's right.
If they want to do business with them and they want to be best positioned to continue to do business, here are the things I would like you to do and support.
That's right. In fact, yesterday, Kevin, we hosted a sustainability summit. And this was really in partnership with the United Nations Global Compact, whom we are working with very closely as a sponsor of their action platform on decent work in global supply chains. And we invited folks from sustainability and procurement executives to join us in a room and really host a very deep level conversation about how are their organizations really aligning their decisions? How are they enabling their procurement professionals? How are they taking leadership culture and really distilling that into, the minds of the people who are actively making purchasing decisions on a daily basis to ensure that they can really drive sustainable change?
That is powerful. So of all the messages that you're emphasizing here in 2019, which ones are you most passionate about?
Well, certainly, I think, as you've just heard me say, our conversations around 3 trillion reasons to help the world spend better is a very powerful one.
Yes.
And when I think about that, I think, again, not only about the impact and the opportunity that 3 trillion number can represent. I mean, 3 trillion is huge. It's truly an unfathomable number. But when you think as well about, what does that mean for the world? It is, of course, with the supply chain, and it's also with, making decisions that align to values like selecting vendors who are diversity owned or who are sustainable and, certified eco-friendly, et cetera. But it's also global, right? When you think about the impact of our network, it's a huge global network. So you can make decisions locally, you can make decisions globally. And spending better can not only mean, of course, aligning to values, but it can mean having better intelligence and really making smarter decisions because you have transparency to data that allows you to make better business decisions.
Well, yeah. So in a capitalist economy, is doing good business?
Absolutely.
In what ways?
In so many ways. So number one, I'm a firm believer that if you do well, you must do good. Okay. I also believe, though, that it is good for business, right? So not only is it important for large organizations to protect their brands, right? If you think about the economic and financial impact of situations where a company might get slapped on the wrist for having a labor violation, as example. That has really detrimental impact to the way that their sales go in the moment, but also to the long-term brand alliance that consumers are going to have. And I think that we really need to be thoughtful about that in a capitalist economy, because it raises the bar on our
Yes.
level of ethics in purchasing.
Absolutely. So you're in a market leadership position here,
Mm-hmm.
not only yourself as an individual in a leadership role, but also representing SAP Ariba here, which is the world's largest business-to-business network.
That's right.
How does that make it unique from a corporate marketing standpoint, having this network?
Yes.
Does that give you advantages, or how does that work?
Well, I think what is most fun about it, if I can answer that way,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm all about the fun. So let's start there. I honestly think that, when you think about the community that we have suppliers, we have buyers, we have partners who are part of our community.
Mm-hmm.
And from a corporate marketing perspective, that means that we really have to think about how are we positioned to each of these different audiences? How do we connect? How do we represent what they are interested in? How do we also represent, their values and their interest? But how do we also just make sure that they feel very included? I've been with SAP Ariba for 15 years this year.
Wow.
I know. This is probably my 22nd SAP Ariba Live. Still my favorite week of the year, every year, every week that we do it. And I think that, having had opportunities in the past to work directly with suppliers, directly with buyer customers, directly with partners,
Yes.
It's really personal to me to also have the opportunity to lead our marketing and lead our brand
Yes.
In a way that does make sure that we are representative of all of those voices.
Ah, that's beautiful. Gretchen, thank you so much for sharing with us. And I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in.